Why do I feel like I wear this shirt in every single video? Probably because I do. Hi, I'm Maria and welcome to my channel. So for today, I wanted to talk all about braces, my braces experience, what it was like getting them on, tips and supplies that I've learned really help, and just things like that. So if you have braces or if you are getting braces in the future and you're kind of freaking out, then just keep watching and I hope some of this will be helpful. So I got my braces on, I think it was December 6th. I know it was at the very beginning of December and I was looking at the calendar and I think it was December 6th. So, and right now is like the 22nd or something of January. So it's been about a month and a half since I've had my braces, and I just want to talk a little bit about my progress quickly before we get into like the actual experience of it all. So I just have this question, and if you've had braces before, if you have braces right now, let me know if this was the same for you. But I've had braces on for a month and a half, and my teeth are like how they're supposed to be, like straight already. It's really weird. I mean, granted, I had pretty straight teeth to begin with. Really, I just got them on the bottom because of crowding, and that crowding is completely gone. I literally have gaps in between my front and bottom teeth, but I think that's because they're like doing other crazy things, because if you don't know, I'm getting jaw surgery, and that's the whole reason why I have braces and why I'm doing all of this, is because I need to tilt my teeth to be able to get the jaw surgery done. But before they can tilt the teeth, they had to straighten the teeth. I've hardly had the braces on, I feel like, and they've already made like so much of a difference, and I didn't know that they were supposed to do that. I thought that they were going to take like a few months. Even with me having fairly decent straight teeth already, I thought it was going to take a while, but it was so fast. And so I'm just wondering, is it the same for like everybody like that? Or I don't know, like, I don't know, I guess I just wasn't expecting that. And as far as the tilting of my teeth for jaw surgery, they've tilted so much already. I used to be able to bite, my bite is like this, but I used to be able to bite at least like this, like a little bit, so that way, you know, if I have to bite a chip or bite a sandwich or bite a nail or something, I could do that still, but now I can't. I never noticed that my teeth were actually tilting back, because when you have an underbite, your bottom teeth want to tilt this way and your top teeth want to tilt this way, so that way they can bite together, which is the reason why I was able to do this before. But now the braces are straightening them out how they're supposed to be, and they're like this. It's crazy. Okay, so now that we're done with my personal progress, let's talk about the experience. So my consultation appointment was probably a little bit different than most people who just get braces on just to straighten their teeth. I went in there and had to just discuss like the alignment of my jaw and stuff, and I was able to choose what kind of top braces that I want to get on in the future, because since I'll only have them on for a little bit and it was literally just to be able to hold my jaw in place during surgery, I don't need to have anything that's super strong and like tough. So I'm gonna be getting top clear braces on hopefully February 14th. So fingers crossed with that. So most people have to wait a few weeks, maybe even a few months before they can get an appointment to actually get the braces on. But for me, because I was only getting my bottoms on and it would be a very short process compared to top and bottom, and because I expressed that I really want to hurry this process along so I can get the surgery ASAP, they were able to put me in, I think it was for the very next day. So unlike for the consultation, I didn't sit in a private room when I got my braces on, which I think this is how most orthodontist offices are set up, where there's a bunch of chairs and basically whoever's getting their braces tightened or on or whatever sit in the chairs all alongside each other, and like you can like, hey, so you have no privacy, which I'm kind of like, I don't like. but it's whatever. I guess it's how the system works because they have a lot of children that come in there. So I sat down and I actually didn't have my orthodontist there at all. I was expecting her to be there for me to ask her questions about how long she thinks I'm going to be able to have braces on and all this stuff, but she wasn't even there that day. So I had a nurse take care of me, and now I'm trying to remember this to the best of my ability. This is what I get for not filming immediately after. I'm sorry. I know she cleaned my teeth, and I think she cured them with that light. If you've been to the dentist before and gotten work done, you probably know what I'm talking about, that blue light. Basically, it was a long process of going back and forth with different kinds of liquids and glues, and then a light, and then pokey things back and forth. None of it was painful, none of it was extremely uncomfortable. I pretty much just sat there with a light in my face and sunglasses on, kind of. I think they actually were sunglasses, like, they weren't even like medical sunglasses. I'm pretty sure they got them from like a hunting store. So I just sat there, and once every 20 minutes maybe, she would check in and be like, "Are you okay?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." Oh, and they used a like mouthpiece to pry open my mouth. So guys, bear with me real quick. So this has been probably 2.5 hours later. Let's move on to what to expect when you are getting your braces on and afterwards. So first of all, afterwards, expect a lot of pain. For me, I have a really high pain tolerance, or at least I thought I did, but I know I do. And my braces hurt so bad, and they were so uncomfortable for about 2 weeks after I got them on. And it wasn't necessarily just because they were rubbing up against the inside of my mouth, which they were. It was just the feeling of them like moving and just the tight pressure. And that doesn't sound like anything bad probably, but unless you experience it, you don't know what I'm talking about. Like, do you guys remember? You probably don't. When you were little and you lost a baby tooth and you were teething, or if your tooth was really loose and you were about to lose it, and you got that feeling of like, this. It's like that, but for every tooth times 10. Like, it's just like, I just want to gnaw down. And honestly, I'm really glad that I only got my bottoms on first, because I feel like if I had gotten both on, it would have been a lot worse. Maybe it's different for everyone, and it would make sense if it's different for everyone, like pain-wise and uncomfortableness-wise. I really wasn't expecting to be this uncomfortable because my teeth weren't very crooked. So I was like, they don't have to move that much. It's not gonna hurt that much. I was wrong. And the thing is they really don't hurt anymore. It was just when I first got them on. I would say definitely take some kind of pain medicine before you go in for your appointment the day of. And I mean, that's basically all I can say, because there's really nothing that I can tell you to help you with your pain, because, you know, everybody's different, and there was really, like, there's nothing that you can do, really. I mean, I'm just trying to think, like, I mean, I guess eating soft foods like everyone says, but you're gonna do that no matter what, because you are gonna have no choice. I remember when it was probably a week and a half after I got my braces on, and I went to Moe's and I couldn't eat a quesadilla. Okay, that's how you know it's bad. So yeah, I mean, I guess just be prepared that you're gonna be uncomfortable and maybe experience some pain, and do whatever you know that could help with that. Another thing that kind of goes along with the feeling of the teeth is my teeth click. And this is an ongoing thing even now. Like, if I bite down in a certain spot, they click. And it's just the tooth that's moving. Obviously, that's why it's clicking, but it's just a kind of a cool little thing. Like, I didn't know that this was gonna happen. So I was kind of worried at first. I was like, oh my god, my tooth is loose! But I'm pretty sure it's fine. Another thing to expect is to lay down for a long time when you're at the orthodontist getting them on. I was probably there for an hour and a half just getting them on, not counting the preparation time and like the talking after and stuff like that. Probably 2 hours in total. But yeah, be prepared to be laying there for a really long time. It's honestly like so not uncomfortable that you could probably fall asleep, but don't do that because you probably want to be on guard for something to drop down your throat. If you're like me and have had things drop down your throat multiple times at the dentist. Okay, so as far as for tips and supplies and things like that, probably my biggest thing is to brush all the time. They tell you to brush, I think 2 times a day and after every meal. Maybe it's 3 times a day. I would say I definitely do that, if not more than that. I definitely brush in the morning, I brush at night, and I brush constantly during the day. And I don't brush like, oh, full 2.5 minutes, you know, sing the birthday song or whatever it's supposed to be. I brush until I feel like my teeth are clean after I eat. Morning and night are a different story. So let me quickly explain to you what I do for my teeth cleaning routine with braces. So I'm just going to tell you about my nighttime routine first because that's the most in-depth one, and I feel like that's the one that really matters. Is the one that you do at night is probably the one that you want to focus on the most and put in the most work into, because that's the one where you're going to be sleeping and you know you really want to clean off all that gunk from the day and just make sure your teeth are really clean and kind of just reset them for the next day. So I will start off by rinsing my mouth with warm water or just water in general. I try to get off any excess food because normally whenever I brush at night, it's me brushing after I eat my dinner. So I'll typically have some food in there. So after I swish around and do all that, I'll take this syringe. This is a syringe that I got when I got my wisdom teeth video. When I got my wisdom teeth out. I was gonna say go and watch that video if you haven't. And so it has a pointy tip and it's made for the sockets back there, but those sockets are pretty much healed now. So what I like to use this for now is I fill it up with water and I'll squirt the water really hard in between my back brackets where the meat and like bread and things like that will get wrapped around the wires, because the wires are longer there because the brackets are farther apart, so more food gets like stuck there and unable to come out this way. So I'll just use that to kind of clean it off, and then I'll go in with a normal toothbrush. So for toothpaste, I wanted to quickly mention this because this is a thing I've noticed that people try to keep their teeth white while having braces. We're told to not use anything that's very whitening because it will make your teeth whiter than the teeth underneath the brackets are, and then you'll have markings there. But because of that, I was scared to keep using my Crest 3D White. I've used this all through high school and college and all that, so I've used it for a long time. But I was scared to keep using it because I didn't want stains afterwards. So I switched to Tom's Anti-Plaque and Whitening Toothpaste. I think it definitely helped with plaque. I think it kept my actual teeth feeling cleaner, but the aftertaste wasn't bad. But it didn't really leave me with any kind of clean feeling. And I felt like almost sometimes I wanted to put a mint in after brushing my teeth because I lacked that fresh feeling, which has to do with because Tom's is a more natural brand. So it's better for you in the long run, and Crest 3D probably is filled with tons of chemicals that aren't really good for you, and I really need to find a good alternative. But I don't think this is it because it leaves you not feeling that fresh, and it really did not help with whitening at all. I never thought that I was a person who got stains from eating and just, you know, living life, but until I stopped using the Crest one, I really like, wow, it makes such a huge difference. And I feel like I'm a little bit more crazy with the whole hygiene and cleaning the braces thing than most people with braces, because I'm so terrified of those white spots that people get whenever they like don't clean off the plaque and stuff, because oh my god. Quick story. I remember in high school looking at people who got their braces off and I see the white spots and I'm like, what is that? Like, what? And now I know they're disgusting. So after I use my normal toothbrush, I'll go in with a baby toothbrush. This is one of the best tips that I have discovered. If you're gonna get braces on soon, definitely go out and get a baby toothbrush. I think this one is for infants, like really small babies. It's by Colgate, but you can get one from any brand for a couple dollars. And just make sure that it has a very small and concentrated bristle head so it's able to really get in between each bracket. They tell you whenever you brush your teeth, the orthodontist will tell you to brush your teeth like this and then like this to make sure you get in between your brackets and underneath to get all the plaque and the food buildup off. And yeah, that helps. But this really makes a difference. Like, this is so small and you're really able, especially with the hooks, if you have hooks in, you're able to get under there so much better and like concentrate it. And it's so small, so it's really convenient to carry with you. So after I brush and do all that, if I want to be really extra, I'll go in with this Dentec, the Dentec Easy Brush Interdental Cleaners. I got the extra small one, so they're for extra tight teeth. This is really supposed to go in between your teeth, but I find it really can't get in between my back teeth, just mainly the top. But that's not exactly what I use this for. Typically, I don't use this at night because I have the other toothbrushes. And I have a little bit more time, but if I'm out and I just ate at a restaurant or something like that where I don't necessarily have a bathroom or something, I'll just use one of these and I can go around each bracket, especially in the front because that's where you definitely want to prevent the white spots. Yeah, so I like to carry these around with me. I probably have about 5 in my bag right now. I like to have one in my pocket, or just anytime I go anywhere, I like to have them because you never know when you're gonna eat and when something stubborn will get stuck to a bracket. And then I like to floss. This is just the normal string floss that they gave me when I went to the orthodontist. By the way, they will probably most likely give you a little kit that has like a toothbrush and like maybe a little toothpaste and floss and things like that. So for flossing with braces, you have to do it a little bit differently. You have to weave the floss. Oh my god, I actually did it! Okay, wait, hold on. Can we just take a second real quick to appreciate this? I've never been able to do this without a mirror. The most annoying thing is you have to go in between every tooth like that. So it's time consuming, but I mean, I think it's definitely worth it. And I like doing this because then I get to notice the difference in like how the string goes through the teeth and how much of a gap there is, because like with my crowding, I noticed immediately that I was able to actually push string in between my teeth. Before, I really couldn't. It was really hard for me to bring string in between my teeth because my teeth are so close together. But with flossing, I noticed that I was making good progress with my braces. So I guess that's one perk of flossing other than keeping your teeth clean. And typically that's all I do as far as like hardcore cleaning. And then I try to go in with this 1, maybe 2 times a day. This is the Closes, I think that's how you pronounce it. Alcohol-free oral health rinse. They gave me this when I got my wisdom teeth out and I loved it so much that I went and bought a big bottle of it. But I really enjoy this because it doesn't burn your mouth and it really cleans your teeth. It smells like nothing. Like water. Like I would think this is water. And if I put this in my mouth, I would probably think it's water because it's clear and it tastes like nothing. And this won't damage your braces. It won't make your teeth super white so you have to worry about the stains. One last thing I wanted to mention is wax. Okay, so if you have braces, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you probably know what I'm talking about if you don't have braces because everybody knows about this. Getting wax for your braces and your brackets and your hooks and your wires and all that hurtful stuff. So when you go to the orthodontist, they probably will give you a little thing of wax. And it's just like white, clearish kind of strips of wax that you can take off a little bit, warm it up in your hands, and then stick it onto an area that's bothering you. And I wore wax probably for about the first month on and off, depending on when I was irritated and stuff. I remember I went to a Christmas party once, and this was like 4 days after I got my braces on, and I had just a strip of wax all around because I was in so much pain. But the biggest tip, and this is like, I want to say that this is probably the biggest tip of this whole video, but I keep saying that with everything, is to take a hair dryer and warm your wax up when you're going to put it on, because it makes it so much easier to put on, okay? And dry your bracket or wherever you're going to put the wax on first, because for the longest time I was not drying it off, and it was like sticking. It was a mess. So dry off the area, warm it up under a hair dryer or something like that, and you're welcome, okay? You're welcome. I should be getting my top braces on February 14th, hopefully. And if I do, I will let you guys know and kind of update you on what all is happening with that. Okay, so that's it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!